South Dakota Senator Mike Rounds led the closed-door forum. He joins us now. Senator, you said you really liked the way they engaged each other. They were really going at it. What came out of this prestigious meeting?
Yeah, look, they were gentlemanly about it. I mean, it wasn't like they were screaming and hollering, but they clearly had points of view. They wanted to talk with us directly about the concerns they had. Number one, they want to make sure that if we're going to actually be trying to regulate more at the federal level, that we put together the expertise to do it right. They suggested, there's expertise at some of our universities. There's some expertise within the laboratories, the national labs. But they really wanted to make sure that we had the right expertise and that we not do this in a vacuum. This is the reason why we've tried to keep this bipartisan group together talking about AI, because this is going to have to be some sort of a long-term approach to making sure that we become and maintain our status as the leader in the world with AI, because it's not going away, and in the wrong hands, AI can produce some really, really bad things.
Are you convinced we are leading AI?
We are right now, and the reason is because people want to be here in the United States. Look, they don't want to go to Russia, and they really don't want to go to China. But Russia and China are working very hard because they understand that on the battlefield, if you don't have AI, you're going to lose. And so our message is we want the best and the brightest minds. It's kind of like, did we want Albert Einstein in the United States, or did we want him in Germany during World War II? The response is that we wanted him, and that, can you imagine what would have happened if Albert Einstein wouldn't have been here? I mean, think about the Manhattan Project. Same thing goes on right now when we talk about AI. We want the best and the brightest to want to come to the United States.
Senator, it's not a hit on you. It would be the same thing if you asked me. I am not ready to regulate AI. I just don't know enough. And referees, if you want to play out that analogy, know the game that they're reffing. Do you know enough to ref? And if not, who does? And would they come in and work for the government to do that?
You hit it on the head. We don't know enough to regulate it right now. And that was part of the message that was being shared yesterday is get the expertise, bring in the professionals. When we talk about nuclear issues and so forth, and when we talk about how we handle nuclear regulatory issues, we bring in experts. When we talk about the spectrum, we try to bring in experts on the spectrum. The same thing here. There's a limited body of individuals that really understand AI. And while it's growing, they don't want to be regulated unless we know the ins and outs of it. And that, I think, is part of the discussion we're having here. And I think that came across fairly well yesterday.
Sam Altman, who came out with ChatGPT and others, he said this.
We took 8 months after we finished GPT-4 to study it, to improve it, to make it safer, to have external audits and red teams, and we think that is important. So taking the time to make it safe and understand the risks, and we're very proud of what we put out, I think is quite important. So
where do you go from here? Very impressive meeting, not a contentious one. It was a learning moment. So what's next?
More studies, getting more information. Sam Altman hit it on the head. Look, these guys are bright. They get it. And he just said, look, you need to do what we're doing, which is let's take our time and do this thing right. It's one of the reasons why I got involved in this in the first place. We have to do it right. We've got to make sure that we're the place where AI develops. We can't let any of the other major countries in the world get ahead of us in this. And so for us, it was a good first step, but only the beginning. We've got a long ways to go.
I would love to see another meeting in 6 weeks, another one in 6 weeks, and then a program. Senator, thanks so much. Appreciate it.